Jose and this is my friend Perla. Welcome to this video series in which I'll share with you some ideas on how to have a better understanding about the way animals in general and dogs in particular learn and how we can teach them to have the behavior we want them to. The goal is to share some of my experience so that you can have a toolbox that will help you to have a better and more positive experience with your dog. This video series is called Train Me Please because I want you to be in a situation in which, after undergoing some training, your dog will look at you with an expression of, "Come on, what is the fun stuff we are going to do out here today?" Pedal is a Labrador Retriever from Fabio, a friend of mine. And Fabio was complaining about a problem that affects lots of dogs. Specifically, he was complaining that she was pulling on the leash. So, I volunteered to help Perla and Fabio. I've been working, training, and studying domestic and wild animals for a while now, and I thought I could share some ideas that would help him solve this problem, as well as giving him suggestions about animal training that I hope he will find useful for his relationship with his dog. Even though he was complaining about pulling on the leash, I added goals I find to be quite relevant in this particular case. Number 1, to teach her to pay attention to the owner. Number 2, to make him avoid using negatives, scolding and punishment in all circumstances that allow other approaches which are considered more appropriate. Number 3, to improve the dog-owner relationship. Number 4, to make the owner want to stimulate and play with the dog. Number 5, to make the owner focus on what he wants the dog to do instead of focusing on what he wants the dog to stop doing. Number 6, to make the owner pay attention to behaviors that the dog does well instead of the ones the dog does wrong. Fabio told me that Perla behaved well on the leash inside the apartment complex, but that she pulled on the leash when she was outside. This is a typical problem because the outside presents distractions and challenges very different from the environment the dog is used to. For that reason, I decided to start training Perla inside the apartment complex on engagement, on making the act of walking on the leash a simple game in which she can have fun. In this first video, I am just trying to show her that walking on the leash can be fun, and that I will provide reinforcement whenever she pays attention to me and walks calmly by my side.
In this first session, my goal is not to teach Perla right away how to walk on the leash under high distractions. I set up a situation that I consider fairly easy for her at this point, because I want to make sure that she succeeds in this first session. The main goal of this first training session is to teach Perla the rules of the game. The main idea here is that Perla gets the concept that as long as the leash is not being pulled, we do fun stuff and we move around more. Notice that every now and then I vary a little bit the way I'm walking or the pace at which I am walking. This is just to try to make it a little bit more interesting to the dog. Sometimes I speed up a little bit, other times I walk normally. I try to be a little bit unpredictable in the way that I move around. And apparently it is working because Perla is paying attention to me. There is a high rate of reinforcement. Notice the leash is always with a slack. There's no tension on the leash, which is exactly what I want to convey to the dog at this moment. Another thing that I'm doing here is telling Perla every now and then to go sniff the grass or the trees, which is a concept that we'll get back to in future videos.
Jumping right away to an environment with lots of distractions would be a mistake. The key is to condition the dog to new challenges on small increments. This is what you can expect on this video series. We prepared these videos in a way that the information provided in each of them is applicable to the other videos. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want to follow the next videos, please subscribe to this channel. Take care.